But 16 years later, Mong-Lan has been traveling the world. She's writing poetry and then tango. She has 3 books of poetry and 1 chapbook. Awards, a lot of awards, like that of the Juniper Prize. She goes to university and speaks everywhere in the world. She's the author of The Song of the Cicadas, Why is the Edge Always Windy? Love Poem to Tofu and Other Poems, and Tangoing, Poems and Art. Mong-Lan designed all of her books. So if you look at the books over there, you see all the artwork and design, the poems, she does everything. Her work can be found in many anthologies, like the Best American Poetry, the Pushcart Book of Poetry, Best Poem for 30 Years of the Pushcart Prize, Jingle Crowd, and Black Dog, Black Night. Mong-Lan is very gifted for language and spent quite a bit of time dancing tango in Argentina. The other night, she told me that story. Amazed to see a Vietnamese American woman dancing the tango, this older Argentina dancer came to her and said, you must have been a great Argentina dancer in your past life, a man dancer at that. So now, please, welcome Mong-Lan.
I think that San Francisco was where I really became a poet. I escaped Texas when I was in my early 20s and came here against the wishes of my parents. And you know, I was first a visual artist, and I was showing a lot of my artwork in the Bay Area. And then, because of this Ink and Blood group, I became a poet too. I started writing poetry, and we were reading our work across the Bay Area. So, thank you. Let me first start with a Vietnam poem. I went back to Vietnam in 1995. I was born in Saigon, but I went back in 1995, and I was there for half a year. I wanted to stay there for 1 year, but didn't make it. And I have been back since 1995, 1996. I was there 2000, 2001, and then 2003 in a Fulbright fellowship, and then last year I gave lectures sponsored by the U.S. Consulate, and I talked about Asian American literature and Vietnamese American literature as well, and I talked about the poets that you have heard tonight as well. Okay, Overhearing Water. I wrote when I was in Hanoi in 1995. Overhearing Water. Ears pressed, I listen, the drowsy delta, seesaw deep in my nostrils. Used for the morning and evening meals, water pumped from the sewage, the streets. Rush down legs in alleyways, rooms wet from thought, clink against sodden sidewalks, odored with my hair as I wash upon rising. Clothes washed, scrubbed. Sound of tubs agreeing in the sudsy hands of a woman, her willful children about her. I want to dream, but I hear women paling, men pumping, ion luring ion, electron repulsing electron, gurgling, feet always wet, faces, hands. Winter comes. We wash in cold and doused nights. Seasick, the straw mat the cat tramples at midnight. I want to breathe, but what breath? A woman still washes her husband's and daughter's clothes, wringing the clothes hushed. Between life and death, I hear poured into round tubs, emptied choke of water, tub against concrete. The woman rinses her hands and feet. Between day and night, sounds of gravity. At 5:30, the first person wakes to rinse her phlegm mouth. Noise of work begins with an avalanche of insomnia. Morning drunkenness, slippers and mothers prodding their children to school. I see the wash of smoke and TV, ash, radio. Music bellowing, the 70s, the 80s, brothers in arms. A dusky voice like a flower hanging, and the girl downstairs begins to wash her endless ebony hair. The walkway leading to the 22 families' houses, rivulets roving down roof. Concrete algae green, overhearing water, Hanoi's innards, alchemized to jade. And this poem was recently anthologized in the Norton's anthology, Language for a New Century, and it's from this book you can find back there, Why is the Edge Always Windy? I'm going to move on to the chapbook that was published last year, Love Poem to Tofu and Other Poems. And I have a lot of my love poems to food in this collection, like Love Poem to Tofu, Love Poem to Spinach, Love Poem to Shiitake, broccoli, cafe au lait, green tea, and have, full-length, longer collection of my love poems to food in the very near future. Love poem to tofu. Every day I open you up with a knife, slice you in half, boil, eat you. Oh, how I need you. Warm, creamy white, loaded with vegetable protein. How can I live without your textured taste? I don't even remember when we first met. It must have been in Saigon in a soup dish my mother made with tomatoes and a solitary, flaming egg. For many years I knew you made in California, not as good as in Vietnam. But now in Tokyo, you once again become divine. You are exquisite plain dipped in soy sauce or mum with a bit of lemon and cayenne pepper. Varieties of you I love, silken, firm, braised, tofu, I feast upon you. Love poem to cafe au lait, or cafe latte, right? You wake me up every morning with your creaminess and smooth talking body, brown and supple muscles, dexterous, inviting. Your caramel and froth sing to me in French, and I sing in French all day, Edith Piaf, her sparrow-like songs. With a bit of sugar, it is amazing how you bring me to an addictive frenzy. White frizzy fuzz, your brown-white mustache, your milky otherness, your stunning inkiness that would write odes and ballads, novels, that would build railroads and skyscrapers, fences and automobiles, skyrockets, civilization itself. You are nothing like the Café Sua of my Saigon, which is exceedingly sweet, bitter, and concentrated, like Saigon itself. Oh, Café au lait, I know you hum sweet nothings and ideas into others' ears. I only wait for you to drive me crazy, inflict an ulcer. Perhaps I should give you up for something more gentle, faithful, like green tea. Love poem to green tea. Smooth, unassuming, low-key, I have left cafe au lait for you, darling. Left the coffee bean for your complicated yet pure leaf. Your body emerald, tranquil, a slant rhyme. Underneath this clear verdigris is your inner self. Underneath the unassuming demeanor is your prudent uniqueness, your discreet, fluid whispers. You give me strength in the mornings when the day is low. You give me energy. Your powers so steady they are enacted without the drinker's knowing. Sleek, lustrous, sage, sending me waves of bright, undulating consciousness.